Welcome to the broadcast of News Hour on Som TV, the pulse of the nation. You can follow us on Facebook at Som TV and on YouTube at Som TV Live. Now the major headlines. Trump calls Putin crazy after deadly Russian drone attacked the Ukraine amid largest prisoner exchange. Reports making the round said over 700 deaths linked to IPOB sit-at-home protest in southeast Nigeria since 2021. Nigerian airport record 516 wildlife and bird strike between 2018 and 2023. I am Esther Oka-Steven with the news in full. U.S. President Donald Trump on Sunday called Russian President Vladimir Putin crazy following Russia's deadly drone attack on Ukraine, which killed at least 13 people. The strike came amid a large prisoner exchange between the two countries, involving 303 prisoners each, the largest since the 2022 invasion began. Trump expressed frustration with Putin's demand for all of Ukraine, warning it could lead to Russian downfall, and said he was considering increasing sanctions on Moscow. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the attack as brutality that can only be stopped by strong international pressure. The European Union and Germany also called for tougher sanctions. Ukraine's military reported shooting down drones of missiles and drones during the attack, which caused casualties in several regions. Russia claimed the strike targeted Ukraine's military infrastructure. Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno State has announced full scholarship for all female indigenes who scored 250 and above in the 2025 UTME, aiming to promote girl child education and support careers in STEM and vocational fields. The announcement was made in Maiduguri during the inauguration of the new executive of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, supported by the wife, Dr. Abiba Zulum. She highlighted the importance of mentorship in encouraging girls in STEM, noting that women currently represent only 14% of Nigerian STEM workforce. Scholarships were also awarded to top-performing female students. A report by SBM Intelligence, cited by Reuters via U.S. News and World Report, reveals that over 700 people have died in Nigeria's southeast since 2021 due to sit-at-home protests enforced by the banned group, the indigenous people of Biafra. The death resulted from clashes between security forces, an attack on civilians defying the orders. Despite IPOB denying responsibility and blaming criminal elements, the report highlights widespread fear, economic losses exceeding 7.3 trillion naira, and declining public support for the protests initially aimed at securing the release of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. Meanwhile, the American veteran of Igbo descent, IAVID, has criticized the Nigerian federal government for allegedly neglecting insecurity in northern Nigeria while focusing on the southeast indigenous people of Biafra. In a statement signed by Chief Dr. Sylvester Onya, AVID condemned comments by National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu linking IPOB to violent attack, calling them false and inflammatory. The group urged the armed group in North State continue to operate with impunity and accused the government of bias and undermining judicial independence, aimed the ongoing trial of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu. Report has it that between 2018 and mid-2023, Nigerian airports experienced 516 wildlife and bird strike incidents, with Lagos Murtala Mohammed Airport recording the highest number. Air Peace Nigeria had the most strikes among carriers. The incident caused by various species and worsened by poor waste management and birds migrations pose safety risk and financial losses. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority is reinforcing new regulation and promoting wildlife hazard management plans to reduce these hazards. Bankit Microfinance Bank, a rapidly growing bank, Fitch, has launched new digital banking features, including instant free transfer, biometric authentication, real-time alert, and cashback on bills payment. The bank aimed to combine security and convenience to enhance customers' experience and promote financial inclusion. Co-Simpa Yekini emphasized that the platform is designed for a mobile-first generation, offering seamless, secure transaction. Operating under strong regulatory framework, Bankit Microfinance Bank has quickly gained the trust of thousands with its secure, user-friendly service. In a related development, Nigerian banks incurred over 3 billion naira in AMCON levies in 2025, making a 50% rise from the previous years and significantly stunning their profitability. Industry leaders have described the levy based on total assets rather than earning as excessive and a deterrent to growth, especially in lending and investment. Despite continued profitability, many banks argue their earning could have been higher without the charge. Stakeholders are now calling for a review of the levy structure, while the central bank maintains it remains essential for financial stability until AMCON's obligations are fully recovered. Kemi Olokode Ayelabola, chairperson of the Asiwaju Renewed Hope Agenda, has described President Bola Tinubu as the most suitable leader for the Nigerian during its current challenges. In a statement marking Tinubu's 2-year anniversary in office, she commended his administration's stride in economic revitalization, infrastructure, healthcare, and education. She praised Tinubu's inclusive leadership style and resilience, expressing confidence in his ability to guide Nigeria towards stability and growth amid prevailing national difficulties. On his part, Dr. Oluwumi Adesa of the University of Ibadan has criticized the federal government for politicizing appointments in Nigeria's specialized and research institutions, citing the recent appointment of politician Philip Shaibu as Director General of the Nigerian Institute of Sport, NIS. Adesa urged the return to merit-based selection. He warned that such political placements undermine institutional integrity, compromise technical excellence, and set a troubling precedent. Calling for a review of recent appointments, he advocated for clear, competence-based guidelines and urged President Bola Tinubu to prioritize expertise over political affiliation in future selections. The Lagos State government has called for greater collaboration across Nigeria's agricultural value chain to derive food system transformation. Speaking at the Agri-Innovations Hangout 6.0 in Gbagada, Agricultural Commissioner Abishola Olusenya emphasized the importance of building integrity ecosystem connecting farmers, innovators, and service providers. She highlighted the success of the Lagos Agri-Innovation Club as a model of effective partnership and urged other states to replicate it. Olusenya also noted the government support, including over 100 million naira in grants, and stressed the need to attract professionals from diverse fields in the agricultural sector. Danish Consul General J.T. Jerome pledged continued support and praised Nigeria's youth as a key resource for agri-innovation. Minister Nyesom Wike has withdrawn from previous agreements amid resolving the ongoing crisis within the People's Democratic Party (PDP), accusing Governor Seyi Makinde and Peter Mba of betrayal. He criticized attempts to sideline Senator Samuel Anyanwu as National Secretary and highlighted violations that led to the Independent National Electoral Commission boycotting a PDP zonal congress. Wike also vowed to continue fighting for justice. In response, the PDP rejected Wike's claims, calling the agreement personal and not bidding on the party. Party officials expressed disappointment over breach of consensus, while former Senate President Bukola Saraki, who mediated earlier talks, remained hopeful about the party's future. Meanwhile, the PDP National Secretariat is facing repositions over unpaid ground rent. As Rivers State marked its 57th anniversary, State Administrator Vice Admiral retired Ibok Etel Ekwe Ibas called on political, traditional, religious, and community leaders to prioritize unity and the collective goods over divisions. Speaking at the Thanksgiving service in Port Harcourt, Ibas urged citizens to reflect on past achievements and commit to building a prosperous and inclusive future. He emphasized the importance of infrastructure, education, and youth development while calling for transparency and accountability in governance. Expressing optimism about the state's resilience, he affirmed that Rivers State would overcome current challenges and emerge stronger. Bishop Samuel Eziefor of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion has praised Anambra State Governor Charles Soludo for his digital empowerment initiatives. The bishop commended the state's training of citizens under the Solution Innovation District 1 Million Digital Tribe program, highlighting its roles in equipping residents with technological skills and advancing digital inclusion across the state. OPEC plans to increase oil production despite low price, driven by pressure from U.S. President Trump and Saudi Arabia's leadership. The group, especially its core V8 members, is set to rise output by 411,000 barrels per day in July, surpassing earlier projections. Internal disputes persist as some members overproduce, prompting Saudi Arabia to threaten sanctions. The Qatar also watches U.S.-Iran nuclear talk, which could impact future supply. Saudi Arabia faces challenges balancing oil revenue dependence with economic diversification. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and the People Democratic Party have dismissed recent endorsement of President Bola Tinubu by All Progressive Congress governors and stakeholders as fake and a sign of panic. Atiku's media advisor described the endorsement as political maneuvering amid growing insecurity and economic hardship under Tinubu's administration. The PDP accused the government of pursuing and pressuring opposition figures to defeat through anti-corruption agencies. PDP's National Organizing Secretary Umar Bature noted that endorsements do not guarantee electoral success, recalling former President Goodluck Jonathan lost despite similar backing. Both Atiku and the PDP expressed confidence in defeating the APC in the 2027 election. Let's take a brief commercial break. Don't change the channel. We'll be right back with more exciting updates on Some TV.
Child's rights are fundamental human rights, essential for promoting the well-being, dignity, and development of children. Upholding this right enables children to grow into capable, confident, and compassionate individuals, contributing positively to our society. In northeastern Nigeria, for example, ensuring child's rights is particularly very challenging due to insurgency, displacement, poverty, and certain cultural beliefs. Compared to other regions in Nigeria, many children lack access to quality education, making them vulnerable to violence, exploitation, and abuse. Additionally, malnutrition, disease, and limited health care services exhibit their plight. To address this, the government, as a matter of urgency, will not just enact but enforce laws protecting children's rights, improve education, health care, and security. Permit me to add that NGOs and community-based organizations must include in their programs activities that promote child's protection initiatives. Religious leaders also have a crucial role in advocating for child's rights without compromise. Listen, children's rights are human rights and are non-negotiable. Every child deserves protection, care, and support to strive. Remember, and finally, every child deserves a childhood. Thank you. My name is Oluwashola Emmanuel Odenrede. I'm a filmmaker and a social worker.
Welcome back. Coming up next, the Nigerian government is reviewing trade investment strategies and infrastructure plan to boost economic competitiveness. The economic management team, led by Finance Minister Wale Idun, focus on improving investors' retention, export diversification, and addressing regulatory issues. They also discussed diplomatic efforts to counter proposed U.S. tariff on Nigerian exports. Infrastructure upgrades to ease trade were highlighted, with a commitment to mark-lead reform to expand the private sector and promote sustainable growth. Stakeholders from the Competitive African Rights Forum, warned Nigerian rice industry is at risk due to selective import waivers, smuggling, and market distortions. The 2024 duty waiver on rice imports caused local demand to collapse, forcing mills to close and leading to job losses in key producing states. Smuggling further undermines the industry competitiveness and food safety. The group calls on the government to end waivers, strengthen border controls, support local production, and protect the livelihoods of millions dependent on rice farming to ensure national economic stability and security. The federal government plans to establish industrial hubs in Lagos, Ogun, Kano, and Abia State to accelerate economic transformation and industrialization. Minister of State and Industry, Senator John Eno, announced this at the 16th National Council on Industry, Trade and Investment in Lagos. The initiative is part of the Industrial Revolutions Work Group IRWG, launched in February 2025, aimed at revitalizing Nigeria's industrial sector through evidence-based policies and stakeholders' collaboration. Aligned with President Bola Tinubu's Renewed Hope agenda, the hubs seek to address challenges like energy deficit, infrastructure gaps, and regulatory hurdles to foster a manufacturing-driven economy. It now urges federal and state governments in the private sector and development partners to support the initiative, emphasizing the need to unlock financing for MSMEs, reactivate dormant industrial zones, and create employment-generating clusters across the country. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, has recovered funds and made arrests related to the 1.3 trillion naira CBEX crypto fraud, according to EFCC Chairman Mr. Ola Olukayode. Speaking in an interview, Olukayode said the agency has made significant progress in tracing and recovering parts of the stolen cryptocurrency, despite challenges posed by the use of non-custodial wallets that lack identifiable information. Several suspects have been arrested, with investigations ongoing and more perpetrators still at large. CBEX, a digital investment platform, collapsed in April after users faced withdrawal difficulties and sudden loss of account balances, sparking widespread public outcry. Despite this, the platform has quietly resumed operation, offering new registration, trading, and withdrawal options to restore investors' confidence. Olukayode urged the public to learn from the fraud and caution about the ongoing risk as EFCC continues its effort to bring all involved to justice. That's all for this edition on News Hour from Som TV. You can follow us on Facebook at Som TV and on YouTube at Som TV Live. Now stay tuned for more lineup of programs from Som TV. I am Esther Oka Stevens. Stay blessed.